What's going on, geeks and gamers? I'm Patrick with Archives Media, and this is Archives Podcast, episode 26. This week, we're going to be talking about China, and one of the best items that has ever graced the Little Caesars menu, the Little Caesars calzone. And we're also, going to be doing the Am I the Asshole, obviously. So, what do we got? I want to talk about this calzone, Jordy.
Well, it's your main man, Mizik's coming at you, obviously. But obviously, I don't go first. You know the rules. We agreed to the rules,
yeah.
the bylaws of this podcast.
Yeah,
and I'm Wenzel.
He goes first.
For the calzone, I think we could change.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
I think we got to do the opposite and change it.
I'm chomping at the bit.
Calzone goes last.
I'm chomping at the calzone right now.
Oh, I got a good stand your ground law story for everyone involved. So my cousin was recently filling up his Dodge 1500 at the gas station, as one does daily when you drive one of those.
Isn't that what Brooks does?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. My cousin's is older. I think Brooks is like an early 2000. My cousin's is like early 90s.
Brooks might be a Dodge Ram. Is that the same?
It's the same
Dodge
thing.
Ram 1500?
It's the same thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't know trucks. But.
Yeah. So he's filling up his gas and he's getting ready to leave. And a homeless guy comes up and is like, "Hey, I'll clean your windshield for you." And my cousin's like, No, go away. And my cousin, like me, drives with their window down because we have those tasty nicotine devices. And the homeless guy reaches through his window and is like trying to open his door to his truck.
Oh, I think the fuck not.
So he slams his truck into reverse, guns it into a light pole, like the ones that has the concrete base.
Oh, that's
bends in his bumper, and the homeless guy is still hanging on.
Oh, shit.
And, like, the homeless guy opens his truck door, and Lucas grabs his pistol out and shoots the guy 4 times.
Dang.
Guy? I don't know if you're allowed to say that. Hypothetically, is this gentleman...
Hypothetically.
A man with no...
No.
Guy's still...
Hypothetically, one of those shots went through his skull.
No way, you are bullshitting me.
No.
Okay, well, hold on. What kind of ammunition is your cousin carrying that it doesn't...
I think he's using Archives ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should know that that's only for the range, That's not for, like, self-defense.
I will say...
It's just to shoot at stuff with, It is
not
quality stuff.
He does not use defensive calibers. He uses just ball. Well, it's a Glock. If you use 17 rounds, something's wrong with you.
Well, if I was to shoot someone with my ammunition, it would definitely be a hollow point. The Archives ammunition is just for target practice. It's not for it's not life-saving equipment like other ammunition.
Same here. Hypothetically, if I was to put a hole in somebody, it would be using a hollow point round, and the hole would be the size of a softball.
Mm-hmm.
I would as well, because it's a better people stopper round. Hypothetically, why he uses this ammo, it beats the shit out of me, but it works.
Well, clearly not. You just said this homeless guy is.
Hypothetically, he's fine. Hypothetically.
Wait, so
he is not fine.
Okay, I was like,
well, hold on. He hit him 4 times, which is actually pretty impressive under pressure,
No. My cousin was also in the army, and he's done 2 tours as infantry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I don't think this is his first rodeo with something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But
speaking
cops get there.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, well, let's go look at the security footage, and they do that, and they just essentially, 45 minutes later, send him home. That's it.
Damn.
He's got to get his truck. He's got to get a new truck door.
Dang.
Probably a new bumper too.
He's leaving the bumper. I mean, I told him we can probably bend it out, and he's like, no, I kind of like it.
All right. My roommate once, I was in the car. We were going to get some. We're going to get dinner or something, right? And so we're in the going down the road. We're right like 2 blocks from my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
We're like coming up at like an intersection, right? It's a red light and it's like turning green. We're in the left lane. We're going to turn. And there's a bus next to us. The bus is stopped and it's just starting, because the light's turning green. And out of fucking nowhere, in front of this bus, this homeless dude zoots out like a fucking fox on his bike right in front of my roommate's car. We hit him.
No way!
We hit him.
You hit this homeless dude?
Yes!
God. What was this?
We hit the guy. This was like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
No, this was a while ago. But yeah, so we hit the guy and then we like go out and we're like, oh fuck. Traffic is stopped now.
That's
and
awesome.
The guy's like laying on the ground screaming. He's like, you gotta pick me up. You gotta move me on the sidewalk. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I'm not gonna do, buddy.
No.
That's how you get in trouble.
I'm not about to drop you or like, we're gonna leave you right there on that wet ass pavement because it's pissing rain out until the ambulance shows up. So, we call the ambulance. They come and they knew this gentleman. Apparently this was
a scam he's been pulling.
Not an I don't know, but hospital beds are warm and they give you a couple meals.
Oh yeah. That's a plot in the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They run out and get hit by a car to try and scam people out of their tickets to the Philadelphia Phillies game. Sounds like this guy was trying to scam you out of your McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah, and so the cops show up and, they're all, oh, what did you do this time?
Oh.
Tony, whatever.
Tony.
All the EMTs,
hey, Daryl.
The cops, they all knew him. That was at least the dents are still there in the car. The dude's bike scratched up my roommate's hood. That was just a little
that's hilarious.
Homeless thing.
Moving on, since I know
I dealt with the cops last night.
Did you?
I did. So me and Kimber were going to get gas. She needs gas in her car, so I go to, she doesn't want to pump her own gas, so I'll be a gentleman and go pump her gas for her, right? And so we go to get her gas, right? We pay for it, Uh-oh, I heard a door close. That ain't good. All right, and anyway, so I pay for the gas, and now the car won't start. Like at the gas station after, you pump the gas, right? And
I love the ASMR.
Yeah.
And so now the car won't start. She's getting all pissed off because she's had a check engine light on for like a week. We went to AutoZone, and the guy said it's like an emission sensor, right? Whatever. I'll get around to it, I guess. And she thinks that like, oh, now the car won't start because we ignored that. Or like somehow they're even related, right? So I
to inform you.
At this point I'm like, it's got to be the transmission because we just replaced the battery, right? Battery's not getting charged. It's a brand new battery.
Alternator.
Or that's what I meant. The alternator. I've had a couple drinks. That is what I said though. Battery's not getting charged. That's what it is, right? So we call the tow dicks. I'm like, whatever. Come over here, fucking dump the car. I'll pay you $70, right? So there was like a cop there, right? So she goes and gets the cop, and he's like, oh, it won't start. Oh, I'd love to help you out, but everything's a liability now. We can't help you. I can't jump your car. We have one of the jumpers down at the station, but it's like 15 minutes away. You want to wait like 15 minutes? I can go get the jumper or whatever, but I can't. Everything's a liability. And you moving the guy really reminded me of that because the guy's like, I want to help you, but like if something gets blown up, like now it's on me,
Yep.
But anyway, she flooded the car. Is all it was. So we called the tow dick, and as soon as he gets there, he's like, try and start it. It just starts. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
So did you have to pay him still?
I still have to pay him. Yeah, I still got to pay the guy $70 to come out there and do nothing, but because it was like 11 p.m. So obviously, like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Gotta get yourself AAA. Could avoid the whole situation.
Yeah.
So moving on to a topic Patrick is very, very, very excited for. Little Caesar's calzone.
What?
Oh my god.
I figured we'd just get it out of the way now.
That was mine, though.
Damn, now he's stealing.
Yeah.
This man's stealing topics like I'm stealing slices of the calzone.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of the calzone,
Oh, thank
Do
God.
you guys know what full dive VR is?
No, never heard of it.
I think. Let me kind of try. So basically, you like, excuse me, you like put like the headset or like a helmet of some variety on, and it like connects with like. I watched like an anime about this. This is the only anime I've ever watched, but it's of this premise. You like put on like the headset or whatever, and then you're like totally immersed in like the game or whatever. You're like, you don't actually have to like move your arms. You can like just think, and it like connects with your brain or some shit somehow. Am I getting
Right.
close?
You hit the ball. So it's a VR helmet or rig you would put on that senses minute muscle movements of your body of you trying to do something. So the closest way I do it right now is currently a suit that you would put on, like a gimp suit. That you want to play Skyrim, cool, you put the suit on. There's 90 bajillion wires coming out of it hooked into a computer. And you would lay in your bed or floor, chair, wherever you want to be. And it'd be similar to like a lucid dream where you're playing Skyrim. Do you think this is an actual possibility of something we could achieve in our lifetimes?
Yes. And I say that because so like when our parents were growing up, right? They were watching Star Trek. And
Yeah.
like what would be crazy to them is like the guy's got like his little thing out and he's like video calling the guy on the ship. And then, like a parent's like, dude, that's insane. Imagine you pull out some little piece of shit from your pocket and you start video chatting this dude on the on the phone, right? And now that's like super common, right? So I imagine something like that. I mean, obviously you're not video calling a guy on a ship, but I'm sure we'll get there
Yeah.
in a couple of years. But you know,
Because our current closest thing on the open market is the HTC Vive full body kit, which is you have sensors on your ankles, the Joy-Cons, you have things on your
So-
like elbow pads and a chest rig.
I believe so. Elon Musk is already working on something like this. So it's not the VR part of it, but he is working on the brain interface, right? Because he said that basically the issue right now is the way that you interface with your phone is like through your thumbs and your fingers and your hands, which is pretty slow relatively to how fast your brain thinks. And so he's working on something to like get your brain to just directly communicate with your phones. You don't have to have like your hands interacting for you because your hands are what's the slow the what is it, the pipe, not the pipe, the it's the bottleneck right now is your hands communicating with your device is really what's slowing us down. So I think if you just if he gets that solved, you just combine that with VR. It's that simple,
I could see Elon Musk being the one who created something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he does the whole thing, but I think that he is working on the brain directly to technology stuff. And then obviously once that's done, it's pretty simple to just convert that to a control scheme incorporated with VR,
Yeah. I could also see it using some of the same technologies like the Google glasses, where it tracks your eye movement as how that like turns your head.
Yeah, I was looking at getting some wearable tech lately. I wish that the glasses would make a comeback because I remember Google Glass. It was like huge in 2015. Everyone wanted one, but they were like an exclusive thing.
Yep.
I wish they'd come back. I know Amazon's working on something, but I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't normally wear glasses, but I do like blue light glasses. I have been wearing those a lot more recently lately. Not just like the Gunners that are like completely yellow to block out all the blue light, but they make kind of transparent lenses that have like just a little bit of like a blue tint thing, and I like those a lot more than the ridiculous yellow things. That way you don't have to expose yourself as a mega nerd everywhere you go.
My blue frame glasses have that tint to them.
Yeah, a lot of glasses incorporate it now, just like normal prescription glasses.
As a free thing.
Yeah.
I will say on the VR like full dive type thing. Obviously, this is step one of that. Other than the VR type stuff, there's like this weird. I just remembered this. There's like this weird It's like I don't even like a board game almost. I wouldn't even know how you would describe it. It's a game.
Oh, I remember this thing from the 90s.
Yeah.
I'll share my screen for the
You
podcast.
like.
I was thinking
Yeah,
of that
it's
too.
totally...
Like there was the thing that like you would like control the ball up and down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You control it
Oh wait,
with
that is this.
You put
That is this.
you put like a headset thing on, and I don't know how I have no idea how this works, but
Yeah.
There's a Star Wars version too.
Oh, I remember the Star Wars version. It's like you become a Jedi and like, you act like you're like Anakin trying to learn how to like do the Force or whatever.
Yeah, but this is probably just some kind of actual witchcraft compared to like VR. But who really knows?
Yeah.
I recently played. I spent some time in VR chat with one of my other friends.
Fucking weeb.
What? You have
And I had
friends other than us?
Yeah.
Jeez. Come on.
I got my Washington friends and I got my Texas friends. Easy peasy.
I haven't even been in Washington for like 2 years. Come on.
I still classify you as that.
Jeez. Can
Where you originate.
Oh, come on.
You guys weren't even friends when he was in Washington.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
It's close
we
enough.
saw each other, but like we were never friends until after, like a long time afterwards.
Okay, fine. You can fall into the same category as Brooks, Florida.
Ugh, that's even worse.
Hold on, I think I'd be a Florida friend. Yeah.
Well, you get to change states now?
Well, it's
every
more
time you move?
accurate, at least.
Okay. But I ended up spending 5 hours in VR chat.
Christ.
Because I would just sit there and I'd hold the pencil in game. I was just drawing shit in the air.
Oh, because you actually have a VR thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, okay, because like I've
Does this man know the
VR
way?
chat a little bit. Yeah, I went on and I did the Ugandan Knuckles thing, and that was.
They're still roaming around.
Oh, I bet.
Because I went to
Motherfuckers are never gonna let that meme die.
I went to a club in VR chat wearing my VR rig with my Corsair headset on. And if there's a few moments where I'm like, I'm actually in a club.
Hey.
That must be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It kind of is until I'm like, man, I'm really thirsty. And I'm like, oh, wait.
Go buy a VR drink.
Yeah, I can't go to the bar. And there's people that like role play bartenders.
That's hilarious.
And they'll actually sit there and like make drinks. And I'm like, what? Okay. And then you get into the darker side of VR chat where there's like furry strip clubs.
Damn.
Yeah, no, we don't go there.
Yeah, that's the dark side.
I felt like I was a mega role player when I was like in Rust, trying to like brew the teas to get the boost.
And get the right get the right
genetic qualities of these berries so I can make tea. And at least that has like a positive effect. Like then we get more health in the game. But geez, I can imagine like I'm
just
on
being
VR chat and
degenerate to be a degenerate. Like Jesus.
What? It adds to the experience because you feel like you're in a club if there's staff walking around, and they all had like staff shirts on too. So it was kind of cool.
Okay.
Was there like at random little avatars, or did everyone have like a person, like a human looking avatar?
There were avatars, but they all kind of looked the same.
So I can't go to the club as Ugandan Knuckles and ask if.
You could.
I was thinking the staff was like Guardians of the Galaxy sized people. Where it's like a fucking raccoon, a tree, a normal dude, and like an alien, but they all had the same shirt on.
That would be awesome if there was themed clubs.
Well, I mean, not just like Guardians of the Galaxy. But, I figured it was like everyone had like their own weird thing going on, and it just matching shirts or whatever.
Now, what we usually do is we go to like a private room, which is essentially just a house,
Ooh,
and we'll go play beer pong, or darts, or pool.
You guys make your way to the bedroom in this private house at all, or?
We try not to, because random people can join, and sometimes you walk in the bedroom and there's like VR sex happening, and it's just...
And those are the people that need to be gunned down in the street.
We usually, as soon as that happens, we switch
the
rooms.
For legal
Other
reasons,
side of
this
the
is
river.
all a joke.
Yep. Moving away from VR, still staying in the gaming community.
Okay.
China. So it has officially happened. Chinese children, under the age of whatever their age of consent is, no more gaming Monday through Thursday.
Oh, no, I can't believe they would infringe on people's rights like that. Oh, that's so sad.
And you can't even say you want to take your 3-hour chunk of time and play it all Saturday. You can't.
Oh, that's so sad.
You have the options of 8. You can only play between the hour of 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh my god, dude! Imagine you're like right in the middle of like a ranked match. It's like
Blue,
8:40
blue, blue, blue,
it's
blue,
like
blue, blue.
8:45. Shut up! And you're like, I got time for one more. And then you're like, oh, this is a long one. I'm making it to the final circle. I'm almost at the end of the fortnight. And then you just 9 o'clock rolls around, fucking click. You're out of there.
Even on holidays, national holidays,
dang.
you still can't play unless it's on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Dang. So I thought it was is like it was 3 hours during the week, and then it was like weekend, do whatever you want, you know?
Nope, they're going above and beyond with this one.
That's even terrible.
Yeah, like
I'm glad
so
I'm not in China.
They can't play Call of Duty Zombies.
They can't be good at it, you mean?
Yeah, they can't be good at zombies. They also went after microtransactions. You can only spend $28 to $57 a year, depending on your age.
Jesus.
Does that include adults?
That is for minors.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, like, if we were living in China, we could go like, "Oh shit, there's a new skin pack in
That's
Warzone."
not even like a whole DLC. Like, really?
I'd be telling you what would happen if I was living in China. I'd be testing out those suicide nets. Is what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Well, think about like $28, and you want the whole neon box set for Rust. You can't get that for $28.
No.
Have fun spending 2 years to get all the Rust skins you want for just the crates.
Because I spent like, oh, dang, I didn't buy my skins this week.
I know. Shit, I forgot too.
But yeah, I've been buying the skins like almost every week for like the last like 4 weeks. And
It's a good idea to buy them because sometimes you buy one and they
go up. Sometimes you can kind of tell. You're like, oh, this one's pretty cool. This one will probably go up. Stuff like this has been popular in the past. For those, I usually buy 2 if they're cheap, because then I'll have one, I'll keep it, and then if it goes, because they're like it's like $3 or something. So it's not like it's a big investment.
Yeah.
And maybe it goes up to 5, maybe 10. Whatever. It's like, okay, well, I just made a couple bucks. I use that money, and then I just go and do it again.
Yeah.
And then there's the astronaut skin.
Yeah, because they're only like $2-3, sometimes $1.50. But I mean, I'm like, oh, 4 or 5 of these are cool, so I'll buy 4 or 5 of them.
Yep.
And then China's last stab at all gaming released in China: less games with effeminate characters. So if you have a character in your game that's like kind of like a feminine.
Big anime
So are you saying? Yeah. Are you saying like it can't be like chicks that are like just?
No, the chicks are fine. It's the dudes that aren't.
It's the
like,
dudes that are like trying to be like chicks. They're not cool with.
Yeah, it's not the dude. If it's not a dude that's rocking a 6-pack and like looks like he's been ripping on roids for the past 3 years, can't have him.
Oh, so I am allowed to still have my Skyrim anime titties.
Yes, you can have Shrek.
Well, I have no problem with.
I think it's because they know that. So this is like kind of a serious thing. Is that they really know that their population is a serious like masculine problem, because they got a bunch of nerds there who are like, they got no motivation to do anything because the Chinese Communist Party is so corrupt. They're not gonna like work hard or anything like that. So they just kind of lock themselves in their room, and they don't want anyone to like, try and push them more in that direction or give them more role models. They want the role models to be like the Master Chief or some manly man,
Yeah, so we got to send Patrick over there.
Exactly.
I'll show him. I'll show him what's what.
We'll send Patrick and Brooks over there. See what happens.
We'll send those two, and all the Chinese dudes will be like, "Please, save some pussy for the rest of us, please." They're just gonna be slobbing it all up.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Moving on.
Hey, how you like that one?
Oh, yeesh.
All right, so Jordy's selling his house to buy Patrick and Brooks plane tickets.
I think they're basically free. People are paying, tens of thousands to come over here. The planes go back; they're empty.
To go to China.
Yeah,
they're going to be paying me to go to China.
Mm-hmm. They got to balance out the plane somehow.
Well, we have two friends that I know of that applied to work in, was it China or Japan?
I don't know.
I think they went to Japan, but I would imagine it's relatively the same system.
Is one of them a blonde girl?
It is.
She actually is. She's there.
Yeah, the one we're thinking of is there.
Yeah, the other one is how do I
just type it? I won't.
Yeah. But he went over there for a year, and the government paid him to work there.
Went to China or Japan?
I think he went to China.
Oh, okay.
I think I spelled his name right.
Okay, well, I know.
Close enough. I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna delete it.
But
that's pretty cool.
Like, they paid for plane ticket, housing, food, and they gave him a salary
to teach English, or
yep.
Okay.
Because apparently they want to learn that language over there.
I forgot already.
I think it was China. It could have been Japan.
Okay.
Some company over there.
Okay. I know a lot of the Chinese companies, they'll hire people from Europe because they don't like Americans.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I would think it's Japan just based off the scenario, I guess. But when I was in Korea, I knew a lot of people who it kind of seemed like they just gave up. Like they just like, man, I'm going there. I'm teaching English, and that's like that's like the most basic thing ever. But like, over there, it's actually a useful skill. So
yeah.
Because like I couldn't imagine being here and be like, I'm just gonna teach English. Like, dude, everyone speaks English. How are you gonna what, the 4-year-olds? Like,
yeah, that'd be like,
yeah. I thought that was a little funny when I was over there, but maybe it's not funny.
Well, if it's a useful language,
like, yeah, it's a skill that they need. They are hiring.
I've never left the continental, continent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should go to.
There you go. Go to Japan. Have fun playing video games.
I don't want to say they're paying a lot. They're paying like average,
Yeah, but then you get to, I don't know, do cool shit in Japan.
You do.
If I were to do it, I would do it like now. I wouldn't want to do that when I'm older. I feel like that's a young man's game.
It is, for sure. I know a lot of college graduates, they'll get like a useless degree, and then they'll go to Japan or Korea or something and teach English there. Because, they have a degree, but they just can't do anything with it. And obviously they can speak English good, type English good, because been through college,
Well, because, they live... Yeah.
That's disgusting. I just looked up something that I wish I didn't look up. The age of consent in Japan is 13.
Yeah, and that's for the women.
That's kind of gross.
The men, it's gross. Higher. They make it higher for men. It is. It's two different ages. I don't know about in Japan, but in Korea, because I don't know, women mature faster or whatever. You want to be with a younger woman is what the logic is or whatever. But yeah, I think in Korea it's like 14, and they add a year to your age. They count like when you were conceived as a year.
Oh, so I would be 24.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be 24.
So like when they say 14, it's like 13. And 13 would be like 12,
Jesus Christ.
There's different ages of consent if you're gay.
I didn't know that.
That's in South Korea.
Okay, they're really not with the whole gay thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's 18 if you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
16 restricted by authority and restricted by age difference for South Korea is 13.
Yeah, so that's like 12 for like our 12, you know.
Here's Hong Kong's. Whoa, that's weird. The age of consent for a female receiving anal sex is 21.
But
But
you'd be hitting
it's
one
13.
hole and they're like, oh, you can't 2 inches to the top? No, not acceptable. You cannot go 2 inches above where you're at right now, man.
Oh,
2 inches over, you're going over the river.
That's it, man. We're sending you back to the north.
Oh my god! Oh my!
You and Kim Jong-un, buddy.
You're gonna drop your ass in the DMZ and see what happens.
Yeah. If the tigers get you, hey, that's fine.
Is there tigers at the DMZ?
Yeah, so there's actually like I forget, but there's like
Abandoned?
No, deceased, not deceased. What's endangered? That's the word. There's like a lot of endangered species in the DMZ because there's no humans there.
Oh.
So like
there's also a lot of landmines.
There is, but I mean, you know, a lot of animals don't set them off because of how the weight distribution works. Like they walk on 4 legs and not and not 2 legs. So yeah, because there's no humans there, a lot of endangered species actually live there.
Also, they just leave the landmines to protect the animals.
I don't think that's why they leave the landmines, but it is one side effect. Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought about the wildlife on the DMZ.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to one of our favorite companies ever on the face of the planet, Activision and Blizzard. There's some new stuff going on. The employees are filing unfair labor practice lawsuits against the company.
Oh, I'm surprised.
In response to Activision Blizzard using coercive tactics to stop employees from unionizing. So Activision Blizzard was like, hey, you shouldn't do this. And the peoples were like, fuck you, we're suing you now. How do you think Activision Blizzard is going to take a pretty heavy hit after all this is said and done?
No.
Don't think so?
No.
I know they got a lot of money between the two of them.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, they're kind of a titan in the gaming industry, so it seems like, I don't want to say too big to fail, you know, but they'll figure it out. It would
take some...
they hire a lot of smart people to solve a lot of problems, you know. I think they'll...
I mean, like that investigative company they hired that ended up revealing a bunch of stuff on them?
Yeah, I mean, massive companies like that, they tend to figure it out pretty quickly, so...
When you have $13 billion to throw at your employees to make them shut up...
Yeah. I remember, so we were talking about the protests or whatever there, and there was a lot of boomers I work with who were on Facebook complaining about, like, I'm still gonna call him McCree. I don't care if you change the name, you know? They were getting all upset that they changed the name.
What's the fucking name of a character?
Yeah. Which I think it's a poor decision, but I mean, I don't really care, you know?
Yeah.
I knew none of them were really into the game either. I knew none of them were really into it, so I thought it was.
They're just mad to be mad.
The boomers are just booming.
They're like the boomers from Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's all I got. Who's next?
Oh, all right.
I had one, but I lost it. I wanted to jump right between you guys.
Dang. It's pretty
I don't remember what it was though.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here on Archives Media. So pretty soon here, we're probably going to have AI creating our media, right? So Wenzel recommended me today a software. What is it? athenascope?
Athenascope.
So what it is an AI that'll capture highlights from your stream. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I figured, you know, this is a media organization. How long do you think it is until AI will just start creating all the media, and they'll you know, take all the humans out of the equation?
So you're talking Archives intelligence.
Now that makes us just sound like an intelligence agency.
Hey.
We got our finger in a lot of
CIA was selling crack. you know?
We're selling data.
We're selling ammo. We're selling everything.
Yeah, there we go. We're the,
Archives hypothetical sex trafficking. Archives ammo. We got it all. Hire a private investigator, maybe.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at snooping. I'll tell you what. That's one of my side hobbies is snooping.
We haven't got a picture of Garth yet, but
I can tell you when he graduated.
Oh, I remember. This reminded me. So he sent a Snapchat to me the other day. It had his full real name.
No.
Yes.
Garth Wyatt.
Whoa, let's not.
Yeah. You can bleep that out.
Yeah.
If other people can find him better than we can, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't screenshot it because I didn't want to alarm him, but I wrote it down so I didn't forget.
Ah.
Did you get a middle name by any chance?
No. So he was in some sort of chat with someone, and so he had like his gamer tag, and then like in a smaller like lowercase kind of wording, it had his full name, and I was like, write that down. I was in bed when I woke up and saw it too, so I found like some paper real quick, and I really wrote it down.
You gotta like stumble at it. I did paper.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it was like.
I can picture your girlfriend like looking over. You're like, she's asleep next to you.
Yeah. I get up. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. But it was like I walked across the hall and I came over here to like. I wrote it down, and then I went pee over here.
It'd be even better if you didn't. And she's like, honey, I didn't even hear you. The toilet flush.
Flush the toilet. Yeah.
Like, not now, woman. There's more important matters at stake.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I'm doing important business.
Yeah. So
how long do
I haven't done any snooping, So we know what does he say? He says he keeps a little stubble normally. And now we have a full name, so now we can reattack on this issue.
We got really close once. Riley got really close.
Because that man will sit there and look up for anything.
Bro, I've been looking for years, and Riley got farther than I did in like 2 days. I don't even know how he does it.
It's impressive.
He's just that good.
All right. So, the Nintendo Switch, this whole time, I don't know if you guys own one. I'm pretty sure Patrick doesn't. I don't know about you, Wenzel.
I'm just skipping over the AI thing.
Oh, okay. Well, what? You guys really want to talk about the AI? So so answer the question. How long do you think AI is going to take to come up with media?
Until it's fully doing the media? Or
so I don't want to say fully, until it's like kind of competing, Like maybe it'll come up with like a good anime series or something, and like, oh man, this is like on par with like Naruto, or something like that. And you're like, oh man, or maybe like someone comes up with an AI and it just like comes up with good videos, all on its own.
Within 5 years.
Think so?
I was gonna say within 10.
I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime.
You don't? You think it's like such a human thing that like?
Well, think about personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Because like for YouTubers and content creators like that, you don't watch them just because you want. I don't want to watch.
I don't always just watch concrete people for their concrete. Sometimes they got like rituals I really enjoy. I'm there for the concrete police. I'm going for Scott. I'm seeing how much garbage he makes. Like
imagine watching Alexa play Call of Duty.
Well, so maybe gameplay isn't like the best thing,
And like I know a lot of people that watch newscasters because they make jokes. And I mean Alexa can make jokes, but there's a human element behind everything that I think
Alexa can fart for you.
Yeah, Alexa can fart on you.
Mm-hmm.
Not on you.
Give it time. Give it 10 years. They'll make AI robots. That'll do it for you.
Sex robots are what's coming first.
Those already exist. They're in Japan.
Yeah, but I don't think they're like comparable, Like just because you have I could probably figure out how to make an AI that makes videos, but it doesn't mean it's going to be any good. It's got to be good,
Cost you about $4,000.
That's the sex robot? Yeah, it's
Well,
probably
you
not gonna
gotta-
be any good. Oh, come on! I gotta.
Hold on, I'm bookmarking that actually.
They're on sale too. $2,500 off.
Like obviously they
2,500
got
off?
the proportions, but like that doesn't mean it's good, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to be buying a PC, but instead,
Well, hold on.
maybe
You've been about to buy a PC for like the last 4 years.
All right, you know what? I will
That's
not.
what Garth said, though. I was like, you know what, Garth, you got a point.
This one, you can design your own.
Design my own.
He's about to give his car back to Subaru.
He's
Yeah, I'm about to- I'm
gonna go back to
default-
driving the shipmobile so he can have a sex bot.
Hey,
There you go.
you know what? She's gonna be rolling around in the passenger seat. I don't care. She doesn't care what kind of car I drive.
He never talks back.
She can try, but I'll just take the batteries out.
It's when they're sentient enough that you're like, keep talking shit, I'll take the batteries out, and they're just like, do it, punk ass bitch. You ain't getting laid. But no, I think for AI to take over, they'd have to do some pretty big leaps and bounds with like human nature to it.
Because
I
mine's
just want
Oh.
to,
He's over
for
here
the record, with these, you can you can choose whether you want it to have a fixed pocket pussy glued in there or if it's removable.
You're like, oh, I don't want to carry the whole doll to the bathroom to clean it. I just want to take the pussy out and clean it in the bathroom myself.
Well, hold on.
Oh
This
my
might be a business investment right here. A new archive
Oh.
side hustle.
It says shipping information and it shows like a fucking coffin. Imagine being the UPS guy dropping a fucking coffin off at some dude's house.
What if it turned on while it was in there and the coffin just starts humming?
Oh my
It's
god.
dark.
There's reviews.
I would imagine they're mostly good.
Oh my god.
But you know how like
ridiculous.
brothels are illegal.
Can I read this
Which
one?
is bull.
It's
Can
a
I read-
robot. It
Please
doesn't
read-
have
please.
rights.
Please read the sex
This
bot
is-
reviews.
This has got to be fake, but 5 stars from Jaden Mauricio on 7/22.
There's no way this guy uses his real name.
Of this year.
Who uses
The
their
AI
real name?
The AI feature was amazing, especially the detachable pussy. I had to go to my daughter's birthday party and felt the need to jerk off, but luckily I still had the detached pussy in my fanny pack. It came in clutch. Oh my god.
That guy's a real guy.
What?
I can't believe that. That guy's got to be autistic or something. There's no way.
There's no way it's real. There's no way it's real.
If it is
Give
real,
us another.
I can't believe who uses their real name when leaving like a sex robot review. You got me, Jay. If I would ever leave any kind of review, right? If someone's like, gun to the head, you have to leave a review on this sex product. I'd be like,
This one's only $1,300.
Only. Oh heck! It looks like you're not getting the PC.
Dude, this is cheaper than the PC.
you're gonna be loaded into Rust for 9 years. You're gonna be like, yeah, well, guess who's getting laid
Yeah,
tonight?
but the whole time I'm doing it, I'm gonna be banging this sex robot. So
As the kids would say.
I'm closing this. This makes me feel gross. I don't like
I
this.
can't believe that guy. If that's a real name, you got me jammed up. This guy's.
No, there's no way that's real.
If someone put a gun to my head and was like, "You have to leave your real name on a sex robot review," I'd be like, "Just kill me, man." Like, I can leave a real review, fake name, real review, real name. No, not happening.
Fucking
He's a
shoot me.
Garth.
Yeah.
Can we gotta start doing that? Leave reviews on weird websites using like your high school enemy's fucking name.
Johnny Starcer.
Yeah. This is Matt Harrison. Oh, man.
What else you got?
so not as good as the sex robots, but so Bluetooth support has been enabled for Nintendo Switch devices, which
Ooh.
so if you did, I don't know if you guys have owned one before. Wenzel, do you own one?
I do.
Okay, so you would know that like you're laying down, you can only use wired headphones in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people have bought dongles for like Bluetooth headset support, but it's been in there the whole time. So what they had to do is they had to basically use the Joy-Con as kind of like a bridge between the device and your headphones to connect it. And so now like you connect your headphones to the Joy-Cons and then the Joy-Cons to the Switch. So I mean, I think this kind of reinforces the point of, Nintendo just kind of does whatever they want, right? Which is kind of couch multiplayer. So I'm wondering do you think Nintendo would ever like do anything other than just come up with couch multiplayer games as their specialty, or do you think that this is kind of like a step in the direction of we're trying to compete with these other consoles because they're cheaper than the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, but they're also always available. I don't know if you've been looking, but that's kind of every time I go to the store, I go to the electronics section, I just look at what's around, and there's always Switches, but there's like never Series X's or PS5s, right? So maybe Nintendo is trying to take a step in the direction of competing because they have Apex Legends and they have Fortnite on their console or on the Switch. I mean, so is this just like something that they've just kind of finally gotten around to, or do you think that they're trying to like compete?
I don't know if they really have to compete because it's Nintendo. Nintendo does Mario, Sonic.
Yeah, that's what they kind of do what they want.
Yeah, they have the ability to just be like,
You don't think they're trying to compete?
I think they're adding more content or more games that are popular just to get more sales. Because if I was a parent and my kid was like, I want to play Fortnite, and my options were a $1,200 computer, $1,200 sex doll, or how much ever.
$1,400 sex doll.
Oh, my bad. How much was that with shipping and handling?
I didn't look. Probably not fucking cheap.
No, but
Get off
next gen.
financing though.
Oh, they have Afterpay.
Yeah, probably.
But if it's the next gen consoles that are $500 a piece, or it's the Switch where it's what $230, I'll go buy my kid a Switch, especially if you can just plop it into a dock and play it on the TV.
Yeah, I think the handheld Switch, the Switch Lite's only $200.
No,
So you can't dock it, but it's only handheld.
I'd get him the dockable one.
Yeah, I think that one's $300 though, which I think
still, like,
the consoles are $500. So obviously, like,
yeah, it is. It's
$200 is kind of a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's mobile. So if if we're driving down the street to go see Grandma and Grandpa, I can throw the Switch at them and be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up! I'm gonna listen to Steel Panther on the drive."
Ooh.
Then I think they have mastered the mobile gaming market, so they don't really have to compete. But adding popular games like Apex and Fortnite gives them the added extra blanket of we can do more.
Yeah, I kind of felt like they were trying to compete at least a little bit because I've been traveling before, and like the Nintendo Switch is like really the only gaming thing I have besides like my phone. And I was like, well, fuck. This is before Apex was on. I was like, I guess I'll play Fortnite because that's like the most kind of competitive game on there. So I was playing that, and then I was like, this really doesn't have Bluetooth, right? So I went out and bought like some $7 headphones just so that like I wouldn't be blasting all the sounds or whatever. And I thought, I was honestly a little bit upset when I found out like this was in there the whole time. They just hadn't got around to like updating the drivers or getting the drivers figured out or whatever,
If I remember correctly, the Switch came out like right when the pandemic hit.
The Switch?
Yeah.
No.
Or am I smoking crack?
It came out in like March 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I might be thinking when I went and bought mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is when I bought mine because we had to go to Sam's Club because everywhere else was sold out.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna show the pictures on screen. I just got a little story to tell. I think it's pretty funny, so I'm going to share it. So this picture here that we're looking at right now is the bottom picture of my little dog Mocha. Patrick's met him. Great little dog. He can attest. Great little dog.
Boy.
So my parents got him a bitch so that he could, we could spread his genes on. I'm going to get some of his puppies. My brothers will. My aunt will. We can spread the little mocha genes around. And he's just such a great little dog. They got him a little bitch, right? So last time he went to the vet, I don't know if you guys can see this on screen, but it says someone knows he's about to get a rub and tug from the vet, right? So last time he went to the vet, he got a rub and tug. They basically made him come to make sure that his sperm was good to have puppies, right? And so this is him getting in the car, like it was either like this morning or the previous morning, because he's about to go and like he thought he was getting a rub and tug from the vet, and this is just a look on his face, and it's like the funniest thing ever, right? So then
he's stoked on it. He's so stoked.
And I think today maybe he did get a rub and tug. Now that I'm thinking about it, right? So I think he got a rub and tug today also. And they took that and they inseminated like this dog, Misa, which they got just to be his bitch, and carry his puppies for him. My parents did. And this is like the look on her face. It looks like she's had a hangover or like a serious bang. And, I think it's just...
She's eating some shit.
Exactly. And they sent me a message like, oh, she's fine, but she just can't pee for the next 2 hours or something like that. And I just thought it was hilarious. So I wanted to share it on here, but...
You think they used a dog sex robot?
I wonder if they just used a syringe and just like syringed up his cum on like the floor or whatever and just like stuck it in real quick,
What if they're sitting there with like a petri dish and like two fingers just sitting there?
We're not.
I know horses get a sleeve.
Christ. I hate it here.
All right.
You want to go back to the robots?
So,
they have easy cleanup at least.
Well, that's if you pay extra for the detachable pussy.
Yeah.
Imagine
the whole thing.
Imagine lugging the whole thing over to the bathroom, man.
How
I
heavy do you think
got one of those sinks with the detachable hose
In your bathroom?
in the kitchen.
You're gonna bring that? You're gonna let your roommate see your sex robot?
It's my house. What's
That's
he gonna
embarrassing.
do?
I mean, I'm just saying that'd be embarrassing.
It's my house. What's he gonna do about it?
His roommate's gonna see it and be like, "Threesome?
I'll charge him for a couple.
Oh,
I'm pimping my sex robot out now. Archive sex trafficking.
Exactly. We just make a brothel with a bunch of robots in them and like hire someone else to clean them.
Okay.
I've played that mission on Fallout.
Oh yeah.
Presto.
All right. So I've discovered that I've got a little bit of a useless skill. Or it's not completely useless. It's got one use, but. So my useless skill that I learned while I was deployed is I can always find ripe avocados, no matter what, It doesn't matter if there's 50 avocados and one ripe one, I will find you the ripe one. Do you guys have any useless skills like that?
How long does it take? Or can you do it like first
I can
try?
I'll like grab one squeeze of the avocado, I can instantly tell you ripe, not ripe. I'll be like, that's not ripe. I don't know if you guys heard me grab the mic, but...
I wasn't sure what that was.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's that quick. I'll be like, that one's not ripe. No. You don't want that one for your breakfast burrito.
I don't want any for my breakfast burrito because I don't like avocados.
I also do not like avocados.
Okay. Well.
So that is an extremely useless skill for us, too.
What is my useless skill?
I think all of mine?
That's a fair point.
That was my joke.
I can't. I'm thinking of things that I can do that might be useless, and I'm not trying to say all of my skills are useful. I know there's probably a good chunk of them that aren't, but most of them I did. We'll see that. Some will see that as useless. Some will see that as useful for people that are trying to stop cigarettes. I can tell you.
You work at a vape shop.
Yeah. My job is to make sure if someone comes in and wants to smoke cigarettes, I can get them the exact nicotine count of their cigarette into a vape.
That's pretty cool.
But we're like, my mom would look at that and be like, that's fucking useless. And I'm over here like, I've had 8 old ladies stop smoking because of me.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
And like, car stuff isn't really a useless skill. my ability to play video games for 9 hours straight and retain nothing. Just start naming off skills.
No, I'm trying to think about things that are.
I can't think of anything.
Oh, just like eavesdropping.
You're saying you're a professional snooper?
Oh, absolutely. Like at work, I'll just be posted, and it's like a very loud environment, you know, because I worked with a lot of heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So I'll have like my safety rated ear protection on, you know, my big ass earmuffs, so people don't think you can hear. But I don't know, for some reason, I can just
you got
like
satellite
everything.
ears.
I do, and so I'll just be like posted up, you know, some people be next, you know, down the way next to me. And I'll kind of walk over there and pretend to be sweeping mindlessly. I'll be hearing all kinds of things.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
This guy beat up his girlfriend, and he's in jail. And then they switched him off of that shift because his girlfriend's on the shift. So they switched him to night shift. And now he's got a court-ordered restraining order from the building because he was purposely going out of his way to walk past her, even though he had this restraining order at shift change. And oh, shit.
Dang.
Things I hear, dude.
So your plan is popping.
Mm-hmm.
I guess a useless skill I have is anytime someone is near me, or like if I'm sitting at my desk, my back is to the door, I can tell when someone's gonna walk through the door. Like I'll be able to spin around and look at them when they open the door.
You know that, so you know how people say you have 5 senses?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say you have like what? Taste, touch, hearing, sight, smell?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually not true. There's like 26 or something.
Oh. You telling me
I think that is one of them actually.
I'm gonna look that up.
And
so how many?
You know how 26? You can? I think it's like 26, something like that. And you know how you can tell where like your body parts are without looking at them? You can just kind of like sense where they're at. I know that's another sense that's like, it's an actual sense, but it's not like one of the 5 they mentioned. So like I can feel my leg right now, even though it's not touching anything, you know. And like it's through a desk, and I know exactly where it's at. Like I know that's another sense.
I found the list of them. There's sight, taste, touch, pressure. So like you take your finger, you push on your arm, be like, oh, I'm applying pressure there.
That seems like touch though, you know. Like
I think it's
touched, but
yeah. Or I guess it could also be like different pressure changes. Like me and Patrick probably
like altitude.
That's what I'm saying is like me and Patrick going from sea level up to Mount Baker where the air is thinner. Itch. I feel like that would also fall under sense, though.
Yeah.
Is the list you're looking at from considerable.com?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, are we looking at the same list here?
What is number 6? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Thermoception.
I think that's, heat.
Sound, smell.
Proprioception.
I wasn't even looking at
that's how you can tell where your body parts are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Tension sensors. 11 is
nociception.
Looks about right.
Pain.
Overloading senses. Is that what that is?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Pain receptors.
Equilibrioception. It's your balance.
Oh yeah, that's because I wasn't counting. You know, because I was looking into it and I was like not really counting like all the ones that are like, oh, you're getting touched. Oh, you're getting touched a little harder. Like, oh, you touched this and it's hot. You know. I was counting like things like, oh, you know where your body's at without looking at it. Obviously.
Can you always tell what time it is? Or pretty close?
You have a rough idea what time it is, I think.
No, I'm talking about you specifically.
Me?
Yeah. Like,
if I'm on like a regular schedule, I think I'm able to kind of tell what time it is.
I just remember, I think it was you, right? We were like trying to figure out what time it was, and you're like, "Don't tell me. I'm gonna guess 5:36," and it was like 5:40 or something.
Oh,
Was that with you?
that sounds like something I would have done.
Or maybe it was somebody. I don't remember, but
I
I
remember
feel like that definitely happened.
I was on a pretty regular schedule for a few years, and I was able to tell what time it was based off of how hungry I was, because I would always eat at the same time.
This was like when we were all together, like last month. Did this happen last month?
I don't think that was me then. No,
Oh, okay.
I was thinking a couple years ago.
Maybe it was somebody at work or something. I don't remember.
You know, we had more than those 5 basic ones.
Yeah.
I just thought I was overly paranoid because there's a lot of times where I like look over my shoulder and just look at the door for a second.
Yeah, I think I forget what it is. I don't know if it has to do with like electrons or magnets or something, but I think that is a sense. You're able to tell when like someone is near you without looking at them or hearing them or anything like that.
I wish I could turn that off.
Well,
because it makes me seem super paranoid with my tinfoil hat.
all right. So we try not to get political on here, you know. We're just here to have a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell you what, right? All these people from California, you know, they've been, you know, asking for more lockdowns and more like so they had a recall this week, right? And like most of the people there, like a third of Californians were like in favor of like stricter lockdowns or whatever, right? And after working home for a week, I'm like, man, hold on. I want to work home for a week. I'm starting to understand these people. This is a sweet gig working home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I can understand these people. I haven't worked from home before. I think I got a couple weeks off throughout the whole thing because either I came in close contact with someone or I was about to do a lot of traveling, so you had to quarantine. But other than that, I hadn't gotten any time off. You know, with my job, I can't work remote at all. And yeah, I'm at home this last week working. This is a sweet gig. I can understand why people are like, the Delta variant. I can't go. I've had my vaccine. I can't interact with anyone, you know? Because I'm like, man, this is a sweet gig. What do I got to do this like long term? Because, man, I love chilling at home. I roll out of bed and I just walk over to my computer. And I'll tell you what, this is a sweet gig. You guys got to try and get on this gig.
Essentially do it work anyway.
It's a friendly reminder.
I don't quite know how you do it. I do it at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Drones.
If I could do it, if I could figure it out, I'd do it.
All right. Oh, God, no. So, oh, God.
Uh-oh.
So about 2 hours ago, maybe 3 hours, 4, I don't know. I rolled into the Little Caesars at like 7. I asked for a pizza a pizza zoni, a calzone.
Have you even ate it yet?
I ate it, and that thing was like not that good.
Oh, dude, I thought it was bitchin'.
No, that was like the opposite of good. So I go in there, I get home with the thing.
Bitchin'.
I even got a ranch cup for it. They gave you like the mozzarella thing with it for like the calzone half. What? The marinara, yeah.
The marinara.
And then they give it, so I was like, well, let me get a ranch for the pizza half of it, right? And so I got this like messy pizza that's like, you get like 2 bites of pizza, maybe per slice, maybe you get 2 bites of pizza, right? And then you're like done with the pizza part. Now you got this calzone part, and like this, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like dead ass, I'm like, hey,
I don't know how to work this thing.
How do I work this? How do I eat this, man? Like, so I picked it up, right? And I thought that like a quarter of the let me see if I'll get a picture up so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. But I thought like a quarter of the thing was like a slice. And it turns out it's like an eighth of it because I thought you just pick up this quarter of the slice, right? And this quarter is like the whole slice, right? And then the thing falls in half, falls on the floor. I kid you not, falls on my kitchen floor because I'm holding this thing, right? And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's an eighth. I gotta cut this into eighths, you know? It was not a good time.
It's an advanced level. You gotta understand how to work it.
Well, I think it's unfair because you watched a review on it before you ate it. I went in blind.
That's very true.
I was just told it was good. So I go in there.
I suggested you watch the video and you refused.
Okay.
I suggested a few times that you watch the video and you basically told me to go fuck myself.
I'll tell you what.
You shouldn't have to watch a tutorial to eat food.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is I shouldn't have to watch a video to eat something.
This is a very high level item, okay?
So
you have to have a certain IQ to be able to enjoy this item, and it's very clear you don't have it, and that's okay.
So what do? Do you eat like the 2 bites of pizza per slice, and then you flip it around, and now you got a calzone?
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be more efficient, like to pick up each bite, take the 2 bites, put it back down, and do that until you're ready to eat calzones.
No.
And then you eat like all the calzones that you want to eat.
No, because then you eat the pizza and then you eat the calzone and then you're like, I'm ready for some pizza again. You switch back to a new slice.
This dish is designed for more than one person.
Okay, well, you can mind your fucking business. You know?
You can get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I gotta just look at a Google picture of this.
Because I took one of these quarters off, and I thought that was the whole thing, and I'm like, what is going on here?
In the picture, it does make it look like it's like in fourths.
I took it right, so I'm holding like both ends, right? I take a bite, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. So I just kind of grab onto one end, and then it falls off. I'm like, you gotta be fucking like, now I gotta clean this bullshit off the floor, you know, like. And so I didn't even really like the calzone part. It seemed like there was like some sausage in there or whatever, you know. And the sausage wasn't that good, right? Like Little Caesars pepperoni. I mean, it's good for what it is, you know. Like,
hold on, $11.99. You can get the unfortunate calzone, a 2-liter, and some breadsticks.
Yeah, you get bread with your bread.
See, I would leave the calzone behind. Actually, cut off the calzone bits, eat the mini pizza in the middle, eat the bag of breadsticks, and then drink the 2-liter.
You can just get a regular pizza with breadsticks and a 2-liter for like $10.
Yeah, I would just stick to the hot and ready. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do.
Hot and ready 3-meat treat with a bag of breadsticks and a 2-liter at one point in time used to be $7.99.
So I think a hot and ready is just good enough for like one meal, you know.
Oh, definitely.
I'll just get a hot and ready. It's like $5.50, you know. That's good for one meal.
Even two sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I normally would have like a little bit more than half of the pizza, depending on how hungry I am. So the other half is like a good snack. Because it seems like
I'll eat like 2 slices like really quick. And then usually we're like gaming, so I eat like 2 slices before we like start playing.
Yeah.
And then we start playing, so I've like kind of digested it. So then I'll have like maybe 1 piece, and then like later in the evening I have another piece, and then I have half a pizza left for the next day.
So this I normally get it when I go into work is is like my normal Little Caesars thing. If I'm like, man, I am starving, right? I'll swing by Little Caesars on the way to work. And I got like a 20-minute drive, so I'll eat like most of a pizza on the way to work.
You just cramming a pizza
don't act like that's not normal.
To the old pizza locker.
Cramming a pizza in. I'm on the freeway. It's just a straight shot.
Eating it entire.
No, I didn't say an entire. I'd say most of a pizza on the way to work. You know? And then
you're not helping your case.
Well, hold on. Maybe I'll get 2. And I'll be like the good guy who walks into work. I'm like, hey, I got, you know, like I got a small shift.
I got 90% of a pizza.
No, I said sometimes I'll get 2, right?
I picked on the pepperoni off this one.
Sometimes
it's a modified cheese.
I have done that before. I went there. No. I got 2 pepperoni pizzas, right?
No.
I ate like all 2 slices on the first one, right?
No.
And then I walk into work with these 2 pizza boxes, and I said, "Hey, I got everyone pizza, right?"
You did not pick the pepperoni off.
I did not pick the. But I went. They're only like $5 each, right?
Man, they only had cheese. Sorry, guys. Why is there grease around it?
Fight someone if they brought me pizza. without pepperonis on it. Like they picked them off.
No, but I mean, no one asked me what happened to 3/4 of this other pizza, right? Because everyone just kind of figured that, like, oh, someone else was here before me and they got a couple slices of pizza.
You're scamming your coworkers, is what I'm hearing.
People kind of come in ones and twos. They don't come in all at once.
Yeah.
And so then, like, when there's like 3/4 of a pizza missing, they figure, oh, I'm not the first one to get pizza. You know, that's how you become the cool guy at work. Come in with 1 3/4 of a pizza. And the hardest part about Little Caesars...
1 1/10 of a pizza.
Yeah. The hardest part about Little Caesars is showing up to the place, right? Like, you just like, oh, they'll give me 2 hot and ready. It's like $5, you know. I think it's a very valuable $5 you could spend, you know?
Oh, it is.
Buying your coworkers love for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Like 8 of us at a buddy's house. We were all drinking, all having a good time. So I went to Little Caesars beforehand. I spent like $35 on. I think I might have spent $50 total.
Yeah.
I got like a bunch of pizzas, a bunch of soda, like 3 or 4 bags of breadsticks. $50. Fed 8 people, and there was plenty of leftovers.
Yeah.
Like
You remember what Little Caesars used to have fountain drinks?
Yep.
Want to know why they took that away?
Because the employees.
Yeah.
What happened?
So employees would get free drinks on your shift.
Mm-hmm.
And they figured out 95% of the soda consumption was employees.
Dang.
So they're like, all right, we're not making money. Take them away. That happened while I was working there.
Oh, you worked at Little Caesars?
Back in high school,
I didn't know that.
I would always bring pizza's place.
That's why I should be a Florida friend and not a Washington friend.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it was sick. And Wenzel would always be pulling up with the 2-hour-old pizzas to the functions.
Yep.
You know, we didn't care.
No,
Yeah, this
I
was
would not
high
care.
school.
If it's free,
There is nothing in that Little Caesars that is going to go bad at any point in time. There is so much there's a reason it only costs $5, and that's because it's formulated in a fucking basement lab.
Oh, yep. I forgot to mention. And when I was done with this calzone, that shit went. I threw it in the outside trash. You know, Kimber is not looking in the outside trash. Once it's in the outside trash, it's like nuclear waste. You never touch it.
Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know about this.
Hey,
is that why?
You shut your goddamn. That is correct.
Why you didn't?
That is
correct.
That
why you didn't have dinner?
What?
Is that why you didn't have dinner tonight?
That is correct.
I'm gonna have to.
What'd you tell her?
You're gonna send.
She was at work.
You're gonna send $100 to my Venmo account, or I'm gonna be sending a text message real quick.
She was at work, you know.
You have my information. I'm waiting for the payment.
I actually don't have your Venmo, but
it's the same as everything else. I'm sure you can figure it out.
You can send them money on Facebook too.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
They still think I'm in Qatar. I can't.
What? No, they don't.
No, they really do.
Are you talking about Venmo?
No, so actually, no. When I went to Korea, and I got back for like the next year, Facebook wouldn't let me send money because you had to be like in America to send money. They thought I was Korean. And so I like last November, I got the ability to send money, and like as soon as I got to Qatar, no, not happening. I was like, I just got this feature, like. I guess
they threw it across the river.
I'm like, I'll see you in a year.
The best feature Facebook's ever added. I use it all the time.
Yeah,
well,
pretty sick.
It's all your main man Mizzix has.
On to the Pat Man.
This is where we pass our judgment onto people who may or may not want it. Probably not. Probably.
I look forward to this every week.
Good. All right. Here's a good one. This is sorry, I got to get comfortable for this. Got to get my reading.
I do.
My reading pose.
I recline once I pass the torch on. I'm like, I'm just chilling now. Okay. You know?
Well, I've been reclined the whole time, so now I got to sit up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't recline because I'm constantly typing shit.
All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for telling a car detailer I wasn't interested after receiving a high quote? I called a mobile car detailing service, to get a quote or estimate for cleaning the interior of my car. The owner answered the phone and told me he doesn't give quotes over the phone, but then we can make an appointment for the detailing and that he would give me the quote in person then. I told him the make and model of my car, but he still wouldn't give me a quote. I thought this was weird, but I agreed. We made an appointment for a Saturday afternoon for him to come to my house for the service. The day of, he texted me asking me to reschedule because an earlier appointment was running long, so we rescheduled for the following Saturday. The following Saturday, he rang the doorbell of my house, and I answered and met him. Outside, he had 2 vans parked near my car, and several young men were unpacking tools and a folding table, setting it up. I walked him over to my car and opened the door, and he looked inside for less than 10 seconds and then brought out a clipboard with a bill and estimate for $450 to clean, wash, and vacuum the upholstery and interior of my car. I told him I couldn't do that price, and the last time I got my car detailed, it was multitudes less. He looked awestruck, like I had a horn growing out of my head. He held his clipboard, looked down at the paper, looked at his guys setting up, and tried to convince me of the value, and showed me a very expensive-looking machine in the van. I repeated that I could not do that price. At this point, he shook his head and told me, I mean, you've kind of got me bent over a barrel here. I cleared my schedule and came all the way out here on a Saturday. And I told him, I tried to get a quote from you over the phone, and if you would have told me ahead of time, you wouldn't have even had to come out here because there's no way I'd have agreed to the price. He said, man, this is so unprofessional. I have never seen anything like this before. This is really unbelievable. Him and his crew grumbled, packed up, and left. Am I the asshole?
All right.
No.
So I would say this guy is not the asshole, but he's probably an idiot, right? Like, if someone can't even give you like a rough estimate of the price over the phone, it's going to be ridiculous. Like, I can tell you that now. Like, I think that the whole business model of, these detailers is, it seems like they drive up, they have a bunch of people hop out of these vans, and then they just expect the person, like, they're like, oh, well, fuck, all these people showed up at my house. Like,
they're already here. Like,
I guess I'll just give them their $400 and I'll never talk to them again. It's probably their business model,
Go somewhere else.
But yeah, this guy kind of seems like an idiot. Like, you should have expected something like that to happen, but of course you're not the asshole for, standing your ground and saying, no, I decline your quote, right? It's a, kind of a bad business model to lug all your stuff out there to do a job
before you've even made this, before you even have a guarantee of a sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrick, you remember how disgusting my Jeep was when we got to Houston, right? Like outside covered in bugs.
Yeah.
Inside there was the ketchup packet blown up in the back seat. There was banana pudding on the passenger side floorboard.
Hey man, that banana pudding, I bet would still have been good off the passenger side floorboard.
Probably sand everywhere, and just generally gross. I had a mobile detailer come to my work while I was clocked in. $80. Clean the inside out. Used some big fancy machine. Sucked all the bugs off the front, and then he came back in and he's like, If you don't like how it is, we'll do it again.
Yeah. I have a buddy that I work with who does like detailing and stuff on the side. Like his wife like works at one of the dealerships in like the detailing department. So she like is a fucking professional and she's got all the equipment and all, all this and that, all the fancy sprays and chemical, whatever the hell it is. Right. And I had talked to him because I was going to get my mother's, her SUV done like for Mother's Day. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, how much you think that would be? And he's like, probably like for everything, like we'll like wash it, everything, all that inside, everything, blah, like $300. And I was like, ooh, that's a bit much, but like, like you're a homie, first of all, like I'm trying to help you out. And like, I know it's going to be good because other people have brought them to him and there's been nothing but fantastic reviews. It's like, okay, it's probably worth it. But yeah, for some random dude, like, tell me beforehand you show up to my house. I don't know. That's just...
Yeah, and when I worked at Nissan, we would do light detail on cars. Like, we would just suck them out and wash the outsides. And we would send cars down to... There was a detail place down the street, which we probably got a good deal because it was business to business.
Yeah.
And, like, we had a contract written with them. it was still only like $130. Drop it off, come back in a couple days.
Yeah,
And go ahead.
I was gonna say the only way I could see this is if you're like, oh, I got a Lamborghini I need detailed, right?
Or if your car is like fucking filthy.
Yeah, or if your car looks like Patrick's car as it looked in high school, like I'd be like $400. That's pretty reasonable, you know.
I don't know about that because most of the trash in Patrick's car in high school was like food wrappers, and that takes what?
Oh, okay, you know I didn't even.
20
think of that.
seconds to like you're just picking up trash.
I was thinking he's got like a
5
mountain,
minutes and a
of
garbage
a mountain of food trash. But yeah, that's not even that hard to clean.
You take a garbage bag and you just.
Yeah, I could only see it being high if like you have an expensive car, so they have like a lot of liability if they break something, you know.
Yeah.
So if they're doing a bunch of expensive cars, they have to charge extra, obviously, you know. But you just got
The
like a
most
normal car, you know.
Most expensive things when you're detailing a car is if the person who drives it smokes, because you have to put in what's called an ozone machine, which pumps this chemical into it that sucks out the nicotine and smoke smell, and that takes 3 hours for a subcompact SUV, and that machine itself is about 15 grand.
You put that in the car?
Yeah, you put it in the car, plug it in the cigarette lighter, turn the car on, and you cannot be in the car while it is running. It will kill you. But it gets rid of it'll take a car where someone's been smoking for 5 years. You let the machine do its thing, and then when it's done, you take it out. It'll smell like a brand new car.
What is this car called?
It's called.
What is this machine called? Excuse me.
I think it's what the fuck?
Ozone generator.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for home. Oh yeah, these are nifty.
But the ones that like detail companies use are
probably way professional grade.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
I mean, they're cool things. They're just very dangerous to use because if you do it wrong, you can damage the vehicle. If you're trying to work while it's running, it's gonna kill you. But they're expensive. We had one at Nissan, and there was only about 2 people certified to use it. And if we used that, then we were charging someone like $500. I think in the year and a half that I worked there, we used it once. And it was on a Lotus Elise.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, there's little kit cars. I thought they were very expensive until I heard how much he traded it in for. And then we resold it for. But the cleaning company is the asshole in this scenario.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, hold on. I don't want to say that they're assholes.
It's very like it doesn't sit right that if I'm the customer and you're here for a quote and you bring all of your equipment. Because to me, it's like when I got my headlights done, I went in, got a quote, and then set an appointment for the install.
Okay, you got a point. Yeah, I agree. They are the assholes.
Because
it's kind of predatory, but I figure everyone that they're going after is kind of like definitely not you know, like if that was to me, I'd be like they're gonna charge me something ridiculous if they're telling me they're gonna show up and quote me, give me a price right now and do it. Like, yeah.
The other thing is like I don't see why they couldn't quote over the phone. If I call anywhere and say I have a 2020 Jeep Gladiator and I need it detailed inside and out, they can pull up a picture and be like, "All right, your estimate is $200."
Yeah. So, well, I mean, the thing is, cars don't vary in size by like a lot, you know?
No.
It seems like the level of filthiness is what should really you should be charging for. So it seems like just send me a few pictures of your car and I'll come up with a price, you know?
Yeah, because I would imagine my car, when there was a bunch of sand and shit in it, that would be annoying to clean compared to a Dakota's car where it's like cat hair or like just everyday dirt from walking around.
Mm-hmm.
The detail of their car will be $100, and then to get all the sand out of mine would be 180.
Mm-hmm.
And to get all the bugs off the front probably bring up a lot more.
Yeah. I was thinking details like inside of the car, but
Well, yeah, then it'll be. I think that'll vary because different models of different cars have different, like, you know how like under your e-brake handle is like
yeah, they got
kind of a bitch to get
nooks
to.
and crannies.
In my car, I have a little tray under there,
Mm-hmm.
and that just collects gunk.
Yeah.
I don't put anything in there. My keys might go down there once in a while, but I don't put anything down there, and it magically grows things.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Honda Civic Coupe, super easy to detail because there's nothing inside of it.
Nice.
Yeah, there's your advice of the day. If you want a car that you don't have to clean that off, and get a Coupe Honda Civic. Have fun going anywhere though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't think I'm gonna get one of those, but
If you want a truck that's easy to clean, 98 F250. No, not 98. 80s, where the shifter is behind the steering wheel, and there's nothing in between you and the passenger seat. Just carpet.
Take a fucking hose and you take the fire hose and blast it out.
Yeah, there you go. Rip the carpet out. It's even easier then. What else you
All
got?
right,
yeah. What else? What else is on the docket?
I got one here. A father just absolutely ending his stepson's dating career. Absolutely just ruining it.
Dang.
Absolutely ruining his chances with this lovely lady from here on out. Am I the asshole for telling my stepson's Bumble date that she should focus on her career and children rather than dating men like my stepson? For context, me, 36 male, and my stepson, male 19, lives at home with my wife, female 41, and myself. That was not grammar. That's okay. Last weekend, I found a woman, female in her 20s, in my living room after I woke up in the morning. She had slept over in my stepson's room, and my stepson was still asleep. He normally sleeps in late on the weekends. When I first came downstairs, she was crying on the phone. I proceeded to introduce myself and ask if I could help with anything. She said that she was on the phone with her mother, who was taking care of her son while she was staying over at my place. With my stepson, excuse me. I proceeded to ask if she knew my stepson through his job, and she said that they met online on Bumble. We talked a little bit further, and due to reasons I will explain, I ultimately told her that she should not be prioritizing dating, especially men like my stepson, and should instead focus on her career and spending more time with her son, as she's a single mother. Here's the thing. My stepson has been living with my wife and I since he graduated high school over a year ago. He is handsome, tall, and in shape due to his full-time work as a swimming instructor and lifeguard. Since he graduated, he has brought numerous women over to our house. At least 20, but I have lost count now and am not always aware due to working sporadic hours. At first, my wife and I were surprised about how he was meeting them. He barely has enough time to date and uses most of his free time in his room playing video games. When we confronted him about it, he said that he just uses online dating apps to set up dates and either brings them to our house or drives to them. Last year, he had 2 pregnancy scares, which he handled himself, but my wife and I knew about. Furthermore, a few months ago, I noticed that he kept bringing back 2 different women to our house in alternation. Although I've always been a monogamous, long-term relationship type of guy, I understand the whole gist of young men sowing their wild oats. My wife doesn't seem to mind much as long as it's safe and consensual. However, I feel like my stepson may not be completely transparent with his dates, and I certainly don't believe he is a good candidate for young single mothers. Am I in the wrong for interjecting and diverting this young single mother away from her current situation with my stepson? I believe that her son will greatly benefit from her taking a break from dating and spending more time with him. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think he is. Looking at it from a non-23-year-old male's standpoint of view.
What?
As a young male, my brain is like, fuck it. He's not the asshole, but that's just because Who doesn't want to procreate? But he's not the asshole because he's... Someone go on while I collect my brain.
All right, so look, this guy's not the asshole because basically this is chick who ends up on his couch, right? She probably met this dude, his stepson, like the night before. She's got a son, and she just like banged this rando dude that she met on Bumble, right? And then in walks this 36-year-old guy who seems like a pretty genuine, nice guy trying to help this lady out, and he's like, "Look, lady, like, what are you doing with like your life that like you end up on my couch after banging my stepson, who all he is a swimming instructor, and like you bang him after one night, right? Like you got to go focus on like your career and focus on your son." Is all he really said, which is correct and true, and nothing he said is wrong there. Like it's not like he's giving bad advice or anything like that. I mean, if you're a single mother, you probably should focus on your career. Don't date someone like this guy's son who's bringing home 20 women a year.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make him the asshole. That makes him the good guy in the situation, if anything. At least in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, so I think that this guy is mostly just trying to be helpful. And like maybe she didn't ask for his opinion, but like that doesn't change the fact that
you're on the guy's couch. Like
you're in my fucking house. Like it doesn't really matter if you asked for it.
Is this just a message thread from JJ Coffee Book 11? Because that's all I've been thinking about the past 10 minutes.
Do you guys want to hear what Reddit thought, though?
Oh, yeah.
I am interested.
Reddit says this guy is the asshole.
Oh, come on.
That's why.
Well, let's hear why.
Basically, a lot of, like, the way he approached it, saying stuff like, "Don't date my son if you want a long-term committed relationship" is probably fine. Okay, you're being honest. Whatever. That's sure. But don't date at all. Be a mom is, I guess, a little... They're saying it's like misogynistic and blah, blah, blah. Focus. Yeah, I'm just like, okay. Like...
So they're being Reddit.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of single moms who have dated and have gotten a good relationship out of it, and it's benefited them greatly because then they go from being a single parent to they're dating someone who stepped up to the plate and is being a parent with them.
Yeah.
You want to know the cool thing about single moms, boys?
What's up?
They fuck.
So I was going to say, I don't think that the dad is saying, like, don't go out and find a partner or anything like that. I think he's just saying, like, focus on this other stuff first. And then, like, you have bigger priorities than, like, finding a man.
Yeah.
Because if I was a parent and my son was slinging some meat and his meat catcher was sitting in my living room when I woke up crying, I'd be really pissed off first off.
Yeah. Like what?
That he's not